Hello, you gorgeous human being. I'm Miss Bubbles and I have something to tell you. Rune Factory 5 is here. To those in the back, Rune Factory 5 is finally here. I've been playing it non-stop to the point that I had a dream about it, so I'm here to share everything that you need to know to help you decide if this game is for you and if it was actually worth the wait. Short answer, yes it was, and I know you're wondering why there is no setup in the back. Well, it's because I have had no electricity for up to 12 hours a day, but this video, we're gonna make it, nobody's gonna stop us. I have a power bank, thankfully, just attached to my ring light, and I think this will be good. And hey, I lit a candle for you, so, you know, very romantic. Thank you, Xseed, for sharing a game code with us. Without further ado, let's get started. The story starts by letting you decide whether you want to be a male or female character, and there you find yourself in a forest where you hear the screams of a girl because she is very afraid of a monster. You go to help her out, but you get hit pretty hard and you lose memory of everything. You suddenly find yourself in Rigbar Town, where everybody shows up to figure out what happened to you, and soon enough you become part of the Seed organization. This is an entity that helps fight monsters and keep the town safe. From there, you get a spare room in the headquarters where you can sleep, save, and change your clothes. Outside your room, you have your farming ground, a shipping box to sell stuff, and a notice board, which we'll be talking about later. If you're wondering if you need to play Rune Factory 4 to understand this game's plot, then I can happily tell you that you don't. This is a new story, so you do not need prior knowledge of the previous games. Now, there's a story here, of course, but it's not as in-depth as what Rune Factory 4 was. However, Rune Factory 5 excels in side quests and character building, with plenty of instances where you get to know everyone and progress their individual stories. You quickly receive some starter farming tools to help you start your journey and to kind of introduce you to the gameplay mechanics. Farming is a bit more complex than what we see in games like Story of Seasons, but I really enjoyed it. You have your typical crops with their specific number of days to grow and the specific season where they can be harvested. You till the soil, plant the seed, water it, and also fertilize the soil if you want a better yield. However, the soil has a quality level and you need to maintain it to keep it healthy so your crops grow properly. Harvested crops also have different levels depending on the level of the initial seed that you go and plant in the first place. You'll also be getting a farmland on the back of dragons, which is so magical. It feels like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, however here, you're kind of farming in the sky. Now this aspect of the game is very important because first you're going to be cooking a lot of things to help you in battle. You're going to be using some of these to give to characters, and you can also sell whatever you make for some extra cash. Farming does require RP, which is the stamina system that is used in the game, but it doesn't use a lot, and eventually you will be taming monsters to help you water as well as harvest crops, which will make your task so much easier. Another thing that you need to know is if you're enjoying this video already, maybe squish the like and subscribe buttons if you love videos just like this one. I hear if you do, it will bring back the electricity. Not really. I wish. But anyways, if we can get to 100 likes, that would be bubbly awesome. What sets the Rune Factory franchise from all the different farming games in the genre is the fact that you have monster taming and monster fighting. The game starts you off by using a sword to fight, and then you get to craft and find other weapon types to kind of cater to the way you love to play. Leveling up your fighting skill will grant you extra abilities so you can hit harder and you can dash attacks and lock on enemies, which I found very helpful. There are also elemental skills that can be unlocked. Now, monsters can be found out in the wild with a gate next to them, and you need to destroy the gate so no more can be generated. There's also the aspect of dungeon crawling, which adds up a little bit of spice into your gameplay. To move from floor to floor, you must clear out all the enemies and the gates first, and you also have different puzzles to solve, and you can find chests to get plenty of stuff like armor, seeds, weapons, and food, to name a few. I like that dungeons have different saving points as well, because in the beginning, you'll be seeing that HP bar fall very quickly, and sometimes an unexpected hit will destroy you. Once you finish a dungeon, you will find a boss that you have to defeat, and when you do, eventually you'll get the chance to tame them and then bring them back home and they will help you. For example, the first boss that you defeat is tameable, and it will help you traverse the map very quickly because it's rideable. You can also use a certain ability in the combat field where you can weaken a monster and then use a circle on them, and this way they will fight by your side for a short while. Rune Factory 5 does not fall short on the amount of skills that you can master and level up. I am talking about so many skills, including bathing, sleeping, and walking. I mean, I wish these can be applicable in real life. I mean, I'd be like, hey, on my CV it says I'm really good at sleeping. Maybe you should hire me. Just saying. All jokes aside, you can level up farming, cooking, crafting, and more, and all of these help increase your overall character level, abilities, things you can craft and create, as well as your RP and HP levels. It's very similar to Animal Crossing, where you throw in the line, wait for the fish to properly bite, and then catch it. All these skills make the gameplay loop very entertaining. I gotta tell you, you're not gonna get bored here. There's a lot of things that you can do. Even when you're done with the main story, you have plenty of skills to level up and master and unlock new abilities that you're always finding something new to do. Now, the town is a very crucial part because you're going to be spending most of your time there when you're not fighting monsters or farming. And there you'll find many shops to explore, such as the bakery, the inn, restaurant, crystal shop, and detective agency, among a list of others. And they all have different opening times that you'll slowly find yourself becoming familiar with them, where you really just memorize the system and you feel like a real member of the society there. The bakery, for example, sells you recipe bread that you can eat to learn, you guessed it, recipes. These include cooking, farming, crafting, weapons, and others, but you must level up the respective skills, otherwise you cannot level them up. And the fun thing is that all of these shops can be upgraded using something called directives. Do you remember when I talked about the notice board earlier? I'm gonna let you know now what it's exactly for. The notice board is where you will find your side quests. Some of these quests are as simple as tutorial missions, while others require you to deliver certain items to other people. As you fulfill them, not only are you increasing your friendship with the members, but you also get points and reputation. And this is where Eliza comes in. She is this box that refuses to acknowledge that she's a box, but I mean, look at her. She looks like a box, no? Anyways, these points can be redeemed towards directives, such as upgrading shops to get more benefits from them, upgrading your storage bag, and more, as well as initiating festivals to enjoy with the town members. You'll also buy licenses to let you buy specific furniture because, you know, they want to know that you are actually good with what you want to do before they let you have whatever item you're trying to get. So for example, if you want to get a cooking license, you will sit through a 3-question exam asking you like, hey, if you want to cook whatever, what do you need? Or if you cook something and it doesn't work, what will happen? You answer these, they're pretty logical and easy, and that's how you will unlock more furniture to buy for your farm. One thing about the furniture though, if you've played Pioneers of Olive Town, the furniture here is very similar to the makers. They need to be spaced out, you can't really control where you want everything to be, so you kind of have to take that into consideration if you're trying to manage like the perfect farm. It might not be very accessible. And finally, in regards to the town, traversal is very easy. You can use warp points as well as your monsters to traverse very quickly. Before we start talking about the characters here, I know many of you have already chosen their bachelor or bachelorette of choice, so I'd love to know who you chose down in the comment section, and I'm gonna let you know about mine in a bit. So characters are one of the best features in the game. You have different bachelors and bachelorettes along with many other characters to meet as well. Your goal here is to increase your friendship with them for very different reasons. For instance, every person that you have a friendship level 3 with them, you can ask them to join you on an adventure and then they will fight alongside you, and you can have up to 3 members to join you, and this will help increase your friendship further. Not only that, but if you want to get married, of course that friendship level needs to be high. Plus, any character that you are close enough to will gladly give you some gifts on your birthday. I really love how the characters are approached in this entry. I love that I can learn about their story, their background, challenges, and more, which creates a sense of connection to them, which is something that I've been missing in a lot of the farming games that I've been playing recently. Fuka, for example, is half human, half werewolf, and she is absolutely adorable. She'll just speak gibberish and you can't really be but fascinated by how sweet she is. While Riker, the guy that I was initially trying to court, is this like shy, mysterious person that I was very interested in, but then Reynard shows up and now your girl is just like, I don't know what to do or who to choose. Everybody will be interacting with each other. They have these very quirky, funny stories to share, and you'll also see some romance unfold as you're playing your game. After sharing all these amazing features with you, it's time to let you know if this game is recommended for you. We're gonna go with this game is for you if, not for you if in my personal experience. This game is for you if you played Rune Factory 4 and loved it, and even if you hated it. Let me explain. If you found the trigger system tough to figure out in 4, here everything is so much easier. Everything that you need to do is very clear on the map, so you know where to go and what to do next. The game is also for you if you've been wanting to get into the farming genre, but you wanted that extra oomph. You can find it with the dungeons and the monster taming and fighting. And it's also for you if you love seeing character development and getting connected to everybody there, because everybody is just so amazing and it's so fun to meet everybody. This game is not for you if you think that you're gonna be ditching the farming aspect and just focusing on the monsters and the dungeons, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you're really missing out on such a fun part of the game. And the game is not for you if you want a brutally difficult battle system. Even on hard difficulty, the game levels itself out and you're constantly encouraged to get better gear, thus making enemies fairly easy to take down. It's also not for you if you absolutely hate poppin', because there's quite a bit of it here. It's not the best looking game out there. It's not graphically like a new generation type of game, so you kind of need to be prepared for that. As for me, this was 100% worth the wait. I cannot put Rune Factory 5 down. I've been playing non-stop. I just stay up till 6 a.m. playing, and it's just such a wonderful experience for me. I'm obsessed with everything, from the different skills to the progression system to the fun characters and the voice acting that is sprinkled here and there. It's such a wonderful experience that I have been itching for. A game that I can sit and play for hours while losing track of time and forgetting that actual life exists. Now let me share with you a few spoiler-free beginner tips to help you on your journey, and maybe if you also know a little bit about them, you can learn more about the gameplay here. Stash branches and rocks, then hit them to get lumber and stone. Instead of doing each one, individually and having them just be everywhere around the farm, just put them all together in one place and then just smash, smash, smash. Keep an eye on your RP and HP at first because they will be dropping very quickly. If you stand there doing nothing, your RP will replenish, but you can also take a bath at the end to make things faster. If you find yourself barely doing any damage to monsters in a certain area, don't be upset. You're probably just not well equipped or leveled up enough to be there yet. Create a daily routine that works for you to make the gameplay fit to your own playstyle. Talk to everybody daily and give them gifts. When buying things like furniture, no need to carry around lumber and stone, just place them in the lumber/stone box and you're good to go. Don't forget to tame monsters so they can help you out. It's very simple to do. You'll just brush them a few times, give them an item that they like, then you get to name them and they will come back to you to live in the monster barn. I bet you didn't know this, but the touchscreen works on the Nintendo Switch when playing in handheld mode, and you can use it on the menu and the map. Do not buy farming tools. It will take some days, but you will get everything you need. Let the story give you things without you rushing and wanting to have everything right from the start. And the most important one is go at your own pace and enjoy the experience. Don't rush the game. The story is not that long enough anyways, but you have so many things to do. You're gonna really have a good time here. So what did you think about Rune Factory 5? Are you going to buy it? Let's talk about it in the comment section. I always love having a conversation with you. Thank you to my bubbly Patreons, and a special shout out to Justin and Faye for going the extra mile and making these videos possible. Stay bubbly, stay positive, and I will see your gorgeous self in the next one. Bye!